Dear students, today our topic of discussion is electric potential and electric potential at a point due to an electric dipole. Class 10 standard already have learned what is electric potential. It is the amount of work done in moving one unit positive charge from infinity to that point. Now you see this is the source charge and we are trying to find the potential at point A and point B. Now here you can see that you have to do more work against the force of repulsion while bringing that unit positive charge from infinity to point A as compared to point B. So VA is greater than VB, so VA minus VB is greater than 0. If you consider the source charge to be negative, you see, then VA is less than VB, although we have considered unit positive charge at infinity, so here VB minus VA is greater than 0. Similarly, for a particular system, if you want to find potential energy, now you see this is a system of two electrons, so you see the separation between these two electrons. Now if you reduce the separation between them, then potential energy of the system increases because you have to do work against the force of repulsion. Similarly, if you consider a system having two charges of opposite nature, you see electron is negatively charged, proton is positively charged. In this case, if you decrease the separation between them, then the potential energy of the system decreases. This you have already learned. So electric potential is nothing but work done per unit charge. You can see here V is equal to W by Q naught. So sometimes you will be asked to write the definition of electric potential, unit of electric potential, to define 1 volt potential. So all those things you have to see. So how to calculate electric potential due to a point charge? Okay, how to calculate electric potential due to a point charge? You see this is the source charge Q, and we are trying to find potential at P, which is at a distance R from the source charge. You can see here. So what we have to do, we have to bring one unit positive charge from infinity to that point P. Now this is the path, and in this path we can consider 2 points separated by a very small distance, like we did in class 11 standard. Before calculating the total work done, you have to go for small work done. So in this path from infinity to P, we are considering 2 points A and B separated by a small distance dx. Now if you place a test charge Q naught at point A, now what is the force experiences by that test charge Q naught? F is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught Q by x square, as we have considered that this point A is at a distance x from the source charge. Okay, so this is the force. So what is the amount of work done? W is equal to F dot dx. Okay, what is the amount of work done in bringing that charge from point A to point B? You see distance of separation is dx against the electric field, because electric field is readily outward from that charge, as well as through that point A also, through that point B also, through that point P also. You see the direction of electric field as well as the direction of force. So the small work done in moving that test charge Q naught from A to B, dW is equal to F dot dx. So F dx cos 180 degrees, so minus F dx. So this is the small work done. So now you are in a position to calculate the total work done. So you see this total work done, W is equal to integration dW. So where from where you have to move from infinity to R, F dx is minus because it's a negative work. So you do the integration part, and finally you can get this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught by R. This is the amount of work done in moving that charge from infinity to that point P, because you see lower limit is infinity, upper limit is r. So infinity to r, because the point P is at a distance r. You can see the diagram. Point P is at a distance r from the source charge. Okay, so you have to move that test charge from infinity to r. So if you do so, finally you can get it 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q naught by r. This is the work done. But what is the definition of potential at a point? Work done per unit charge. So V is equal to W by Q naught is equal to V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Now in last class we have got an expression for electric field at a point due to a point charge, and that expression was E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. So for potential it is 1 by R variation, I mean V is proportional to 1 by R, and for electric field it is E is proportional to 1 by R square. So if you draw a graph between E versus R or V versus R, you see we have considered V and E along the y-axis and R along the x-axis. Then you can get these graphs like this. You can see one is R square variation and the other is R1 by R variation. V is proportional to 1 by R. E is proportional to 1 by R square. So this is the graph for E. You can see this, and this is the graph for V. Fine. Next is electric potential due to a dipole. So you see we are considering this dipole of dipole size twice A, and we are finding electric potential at P. The point P is at a distance r from the dipole. Now how to calculate electric potential at P due to the dipole? Potential at P due to negative charge plus potential at P due to positive charge. So as potential is a scalar, so you need not draw the vector diagram. Simply you can put the magnitude. So V is equal to V1 plus V2, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 1 minus Q by AP. AP is the distance of separation. You see AP. So what is the value of AP? R plus A. Similarly, at what distance the charge plus Q is from the point P? It is R minus A. So one is R plus A and the other is R minus A. So you can see minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon 1 minus Q by AP plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q by BP. So it is this. Okay, using V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Okay, so finally you get this. V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square minus A square. We have introduced P is equal to Q into twice A, which is the dipole moment. So for short dipole you can write A square is very less than R square, so V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by R square. So V is proportional to 1 by R square. This is for axial point. As you can see the diagram again, this is the axial point. The point P is considered on the axis of the dipole. So similarly, if you do it for equatorial point, you see point P is considered here, okay, at a distance smaller from the dipole. So again you have to do the same thing. V is equal to V1 plus V2, I mean potential at P due to minus Q plus potential at P due to plus Q. So you just put the values of AP and BP, okay, apply Pythagoras theorem, so it is coming out to be 0. So electric potential at an equatorial point due to an electric dipole is 0. Now you see here the angle between this line, the equatorial line, the line on which P is considered, the angle between this and this is 90 degree, and in the first case it can be 0 or it can be 180 degree. Okay, you see this point P is considered here. Now if you see the angle between the dipole moment, angle between the direction of dipole moment and this axis, the angle is 0. Now if you go for any other angle, so for that you have to have a expression, general expression. So let us see this diagram. Let us see this diagram. Okay, so this is a dipole, you see, plus q and minus q separated by twice a, and we are considering a point P, and you see this angle is theta. Okay, this position vector, we consider this vector as the position vector of P with respect to O. So or we can say that P is at a distance r from the dipole, but P is not on the equatorial line, also it is not in the axis of the dipole. So this position vector makes an angle theta with the dipole axis. You see this angle is theta. So you mark it as r1, this distance as r1, this distance is r2. Definitely you have to find r1 and r2. You see this angle is theta. Now again you do the same thing. Potential at P due to minus Q plus potential at P due to plus Q. So V is equal to V1 plus V2. See, so 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught minus Q by R1 plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R2. So take it common, it comes out to be like this. Now if the point P lies far away from the dipole, you see, if this distance is very large, then what will happen? We can make these two lines parallel. We can assume as if these two lines are parallel. That means we have considered this angle as theta. So if you consider point P to be lying at very large distance from the dipole, then this angle also we can approximate to theta. This angle also we can approximate to theta. So if you take this angle to be theta, this angle, you see it, then you see this right angle triangle, then you see this right angle triangle. Now this angle if you consider as theta, so you find cos theta. Cos theta is equal to b by h. So can we write r1 minus r2 approximately equal to ab cos theta? So is equal to twice a cos theta. Also we can write r1 into r2 is approximately equal to r square. Fine, this is the approximation. Now if it is so, then you put all the values here. So V is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon naught twice a cos theta by r square. So V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by r square. Okay, we are introducing P. P is equal to twice a Q. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P dot r we can put by r cube. This is the vector notation. Vector notation. Fine. So here also you see this is the general expression for V. V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos theta by r square. And this is the vector notation. Sometimes you will be asked to write the vector notation, you see. So now if you, this is a general expression. So if you put the value theta is equal to 0 for the axial point, which we have already discussed, then cos theta is equal to 0. So V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by r square. Or it can be 180 degree also for axial point. So if it is 180, cos 180 is equal to minus 1, so expression for V becomes minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by r square. So you can see for any axial point V is equal to plus minus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P by r square. Similarly, for equatorial point theta is equal to 90 degree. You can see theta is equal to 90 degree. The line has to be like this, 90 degree. So if it is 90 degree, then you can put it here, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught P cos 90 by r square. So V is equal to 0. So at any equatorial point V is equal to 0. Potential at any point on the equatorial line of the dipole is 0. However, the electric field at such points is non-zero. Okay, this is what is the conclusion. Okay, so we have considered electric potential at a point due to a dipole. Dipole is a system of two charges. It can be for more number of charges, so for that you have to see this same thing you have to do. Potential at point P is equal to potential at P due to Q1 plus potential at P due to Q2, potential at P due to Q3 plus potential at P due to Q4 plus potential at P due to Qn. If you consider n number of charges, you can see the general expression V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 up to Vn. So this is the notation. So you can do it for any number of charges. Okay, n number of charges you can do it. So from the examination point of view, these two are important, that is to calculate electric field at a point due to an electric dipole. It can be an axial point or it can be an equatorial point. Now you see this example. I want you to practice example 8, example 9, okay, example 9 and example 10 also. So let's start.